tuned, because this is about to get hot.
Don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel.
What is going on, folks? It's Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and welcome back to the channel on certain discussions, whether you want to think it's a discussion or not. Some people have made comments like that, like it wasn't much of a discussion, it was more of a, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. The people ask me the question. It's just like if somebody, you know, y'all seen the reactions that I've done. You requested I do a reaction video, and then I do a reaction, and it's like, well, it wasn't much of a reaction. It was just, you know, us watching him bobbing his head, and he smiled, and the guys, anyway, because there was a lot of that. Some folks like just saying like we didn't really discuss anything. Well, I did discuss it. I talked about it, and there was a lot of comments that came in. So I don't know what your terminology of discussion would be, or lack thereof. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just stating what a lot of comments in here said. And some of y'all commented on the wrong stuff. Some of y'all kept the comments going on video. So I didn't. Some of y'all commented on music videos about the stuff we talked about with the privilege stuff. So anyway, this particular clip right here, I'm not going to say the person's name. You know, it's the same person that gave me the question with the other one. If you guys want to know who it is, you can see it in the other, because I don't want nobody coming out, well, why do they want you to? That's not the concern. Okay, so in this one right here, this is also in regards to when we were talking about white privilege. And this person pretty much just said they wanted to see what I thought about this one. They said, I was speaking to a white man who is very aware of his white privilege. I sent him 2 links to both your videos last night, and he sent me these 2 videos. So the first video you guys watched is the video that this guy sent this subscriber. I sent him links to both your videos last night, and he sent me 2 videos in response. I will paste them here. Can you tell me if you think you covered this in your 2 videos? Well, the first video, the first video that I did, you guys just watched with the lady, I don't even know if I recall even talking about what the lady was talking about in that video at all. Whatever, I don't know, but you got my response on that one. I would really like to see you two talk about this, because it is such an important issue, and you both have fairly large platforms you speak from. I don't know if that would be possible, but I'm very interested in your response to these 2 videos. So I got the first video. This is the second video, all right? So this video right here says, open carry experiment exposes racist cops. So here we go. Let's see what this one is going to be about.
On the program about, theoretically, how an open carry advocate would be treated incredibly different if he was white or if he was black. Now, we hypothesized about this. Some open carry activists decided to actually test it, and these 2 videos you're going to see back to back show the different ways that police actually respond to these open carry advocates. Let's watch.
How you doing, sir?
Hey,
Howdy.
can I see your IDs?
No, sir. No.
Why not?
You don't have to. I'm not doing the crime.
Okay. Any particular reason why you're carrying the AR especially around at this point?
I'm just exercising my
I
right.
understand that, but is there a reason why you're doing it?
I want to walk around.
Of course.
He pulled out the gun. He's getting down. The gun. He's just walking up and carrying.
I do not consent to any search and seizure of my property. Sir, just relax. Is this weapon real, or is it an AR-15?
They're taking his weapon.
So, you see a very different response to the 2. One has a very cordial conversation with a cop who would obviously prefer him to not have the AR-15, but is asking him questions about his ID and, oh, well, why do you have the gun today? The others instantly threatened to kill him, to put him down instantly in the second case.
Not the
Is it all
others.
surprising?
It was just one.
Not at all. But is there another twist to the story I don't know about?
So there's some additional information. Now, this has been going all over the place over the course of the last 24 hours or so. So I did as much research as I could to track down the people in the videos, when the videos were shot, where the videos were shot, and it's not as awesome of a juxtaposition as I would like it to be. Now, the videos, at the very least the second video, this is not new as many of the news reports are depicting it as. I was able to find on the man in the second video, his name is Gabriel Nobles. He originally uploaded it to YouTube 2 years ago. So that video has been around for a while, and it apparently happened in Washoe County, Nevada. Now, Marked Guardian, who is the gentleman in the first video...
The white guy.
The white guy. I don't know his actual name, but he's Marked Guardian. He also, like Gabriel, has been putting up these videos where they walk around with their guns for at least a year or two. And so they're in different areas of the country. It's entirely possible that Marked Guardian, who has been doing this for a while and is in a smaller town, it's possible that the police officers recognized him. And so perhaps that's why they were being more polite. It's also possible that Gabriel, something that happened off camera could have set the cops up to point their guns at him. That's all entirely possible. We want to get that out there, the disclaimer, just in case more information comes out, because we don't know these people. We don't know how 100% trustworthy they might be. But at the same time, I think that many of us watching this are going to say that is exactly what I would expect. It's one thing for a couple of overweight militia members in Texas to go to a Hardee's with their AR-15s and then say, well, how dare you have a problem with me using my long gun? I've got my constitutional rights. But when you have a black individual or a minority individual walking around with the same sort of gun, using the exact same constitutional rights, they're treated as an immediate threat to the public. And that guy is lucky, by the way, that he wasn't immediately fired on by that cop. And by the way, the person narrating the video behind him was his wife, who was 7 months pregnant at the time. But again, the cops just immediately, guns pointed at them, 6 cop cars. It's hardly a surprise.
That's what the guy has for me, because from what I've seen here, even the guy that's describing this, he said, first of all, again, before I even get into that, let's address this first. The first video, you see that the white guy was walking around. The police officer got out there and asked him, pretty much, why are you carrying a gun around? The guy's like, because I'm exercising my right. The police officer like, I understand that, but what is your reasoning for carrying the thing around? The guy was like, you know, I don't have to show you, I don't have to tell you, which is true. If you know street law, you would say that. He said, I don't have to. He's like, you know, can I see some ID? I don't have to show you that. Do you? I know. You know, we were taught that from that school program I went to. We were taught that if you know you walk down the street, police say something to you, hey, come and talk to me, sir. I don't have to talk to you. Well, can you stop for a second, sir? Am I under suspicion for a crime? Are you suspect me of a crime? Am I being arrested? No. Well, may I go? We know all about that, but like they said before, the guy said himself, this dude that's doing his videos, the white guy, he might have been doing this for a long time. So the police, where's it at? On what street? What does he look like? Okay, y'all, it's probably such again. Let's go on over there because he's calling it a disturbance to the public. Now, what don't get talked about here? How were the police even alerted that there was somebody carrying around a gun, whether they were white or black? Who called the police and told the police that? It was a concerned citizen, most likely. So be it that the dude was white or black, it does not matter, because somebody, white or black or Asian or Ukrainian, whoever is in the United States during the time that the police came, or whoever called the police for this disturbance, called it in as a safety concern, period. So this doesn't show no type of racism to me at all. Okay, and the other thing too, he said this happened on 2 different sides of the country. So for this to be some type of hypothesis, whatever you want to call it, or a scientific experiment, the variables and everything have to be the same. So what I'm saying by that is this cop, the white cop that came and questioned the white guy, that black guy, wherever this white dude is, the black guy should have been there where the white dude was carrying his gun. Now let's see if that same cop would have responded the same way. But you got 2 different cops in 2 different sides, 2 different states. Who knows what type of thing they were having? First of all, again, when I always see, I'm saying always look into things a little deeper. The cop that came out was a little bit more lenient, whatever like that. He must have known this guy already, you know. And if he didn't know the guy, this cop might have just felt that the dude didn't have it in his hands, for one, walking around like this. He had it down at his side. The black dude did as well. 2 different cops, 2 different attitudes, 2 different mindsets. The cop that came and drew the gun, by the way, the guy did say the cops drew their guns. Only one cop drew his gun. If y'all notice, he drew his gun, and he sat there, and the dude followed instructions like the police officer said, and the police officer kept himself right there until backup came. When backup came, the other cop, y'all see him, just like the dude tried to say, well, the cop that pulled over the white guy, he got out and just strolled over there cordially, just, you know, hey, what's going on? Well, guess what? Once the guy was on the ground, the black guy was on the ground laying down, the other cop cordially strolled over there with him too and just said, is that a real gun or a fake gun? Did the cop seem like he was the cop that was walking up on the guy? How come he didn't have his gun drawn walking up on him? He didn't. So this right here is another thing I just can't, this doesn't show me no racism or anything like that. I mean, and again, when it comes down to it, if this is done as a social experiment, I kind of get what you're saying. So what I get by that is that if these guys, if the black guy and the white guy know each other very well and say, we just going to try these social experiments, as to see da 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 da, then it needs to be tried at the same area, you know, possibly get arrested by the same cop. But what did you expect him to do? One cop got out, asked the questions because he didn't see the dude was threatening. The other cop felt that, hey, and then again, the dispatchers that took these calls, we don't know who called it in and said what. Somebody could have called and said, "Oh my God, this guy's walking down the street with a rifle and da da da." And this other cop that's in the area, oh my God, he don't want nothing to happen, so he just panic and goes there. And like I said, the other cop, he might have known, oh man, this guy does this all the time. Guys, you know what? I'm gonna take this call. I know exactly who it is, you know, whatever, and went over there. And then they say things like, if the girl didn't have the camera, that the black dude probably would have got shot. We can't say that. Those are all based on different scenarios. I mean, there's so many things that come into play here. So again, this has nothing to do with white privilege, because again, you guys go back and watch this video. The cop still had his gun drawn. I mean, I'm trying to go through it and look. I'm trying to go through it and look at it, but only one police officer had his gun drawn. And if you also notice that if this guy was a threat, y'all notice that when, I mean, I've been around and stuff. When you have somebody, for instance, I'll give you an example. We had somebody that, like where I lived before, he robbed somebody. The people ran out the house, and the police came quick. The police had the gun drawn around the house. They surrounded the house. We sitting there looking like crazy. Guess what they told us to do? They told us we need to go all the way to the end of the block, because if something break out, they don't want one of us to get hit. So if this was a real legit safety concern, do y'all notice that while the black dude is on the ground laying down, there's a guy in the background standing there just kind of look. If they felt that it was a real threatening situation, the cops would have told them, get out of here, go that way, go this, but that didn't happen. So that's what I'm saying. This type of stuff like this doesn't prove anything to me. It's just another way of seeing like somebody trying to get some type of thing stirred up. Well, a black dude was carrying his AR-15 and the cops did this. Well, when a white dude was doing it, no. What if the black and the white dude were walking together and they both did that? You know what I mean? What if that white dude was where the black dude was, and that same cop came out and pulled his gun out on both of them and told them to get down? Then what would have been said? But again, this really doesn't prove anything to me. This is not some way of showing me that it was white privileged or anything like that. This is just showing me that two different cops in two different states who got possibly two different type of crimes going on in specific areas responded differently accordingly. That's it. That's all this is showing me. So as far as some type of privilege or some type of racism, I know this video says open carry experiment exposes racist cops. Well, how? I'm serious. I'm no man, come on, you just trying. No, don't you are not gonna do that to me. You are not gonna sit there and try to say I'm just saying that just to be saying. I mean, if people that just follow me on my channel long enough know that I'm all about the truth. And I'm transparent. I'm real. I'm not gonna be fake about nothing. This is my real opinion on this particular thing. So whoever the guy is that gave you this video and you said you would like for he and I to kind of talk, because we both got certain whatever, but this right here definitely doesn't prove anything. It just don't prove to me that that was somehow racist or anything like that. It doesn't, because right now, if I want to, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, I can bring up a ton of YouTube videos showing black men doing open carry, and there were cops that came up to them and they pretty much said, sir, I don't agree to you searching me. I don't consent to you searching me. I'm exercising my right. I mean, I can show videos of that. So then what is that going to prove? You know what I mean? So to me, you know, just because of, you know, the science background that I have, you know, for you to do a scientific experiment or something like that, it has to be repeated over and over and over and over and over again. It's usually done with the same subjects, not it changing it up. Like, you know, what if the black dude had a suit on? I mean, it's all kind of things you can try to throw in there. What if that black dude that was there, if he had a suit on and he had the gun right there, would the cop still have pulled the gun? We don't know, because all we see is just one video of a white dude getting questioned and a black dude getting the gun pulled on. And again, I'm going to stress this, that the guy in this particular video, the host or whatever, he said the cops pulled guns. Only one cop pulled a gun, and he kept his gun on the guy until his other backup showed up, and the other cop again strolled over there. Just didn't seem like he was threatened, because he actually clicked his gun back. If y'all notice, he clicked his gun back. He went over there. He said to the guy, "Is this fake or real?" The boy said, "It's a real. It's an AR." And the cop was getting ready to click it off of him, whatever, like that. And you know, when the girl that was recording, his wife was pregnant. You know, yeah, could this have been a dangerous thing? Yes, it possibly could have been a dangerous thing, because even then, when you guys say things like he could have got shot. Well, what about this? Did y'all notice that he had a phone in his hand, the black guy? Now, What if by accident or just by, you got a lot of things going on. You got like stress, you got anxiety, you got unsurety with this police officer, with this boy with an AR-15. So then when the boy walked down the street and the police officer gets out of his car and the boy goes like this and the police officer sees that in his hands and he fires on him and mistaking the cell phone as a gun. Then they'll all see he killed him because that's racist, But the police officer just going through all these things in his head. He see a freaking rifle in his hand. Then as soon as he tell the boy, get on the ground, the dude goes like this and there's a cell phone. But to the cop, it could have looked like a gun. I know we heard it before, but I'm just telling y'all, I don't know. It's just something like that could have went down, period. So again, to me, I don't know who the guy is that you told me that sent me the video, but this in no way shows me no racism. It's just showing me that cops respond to different situations differently. That's all. And I hope y'all paid attention to me when I said the calls that came in. We don't know how many calls came in. Oh my God, there's a guy walking down the street. He's got a gun. And then the other guy, and yeah, there's a guy over here. He's just walking back and forth up the street carrying a gun. We don't know how those calls went to make the cop respond like he did. All right. Anywho, so this is kind of cool, guys. I mean, I'm glad that y'all want to know what my opinion is on a lot of these stuff. And it's not that I'm trying to debunk any of this stuff that's going on, but it's, again, a lot of you have responded by trying to show me what white privilege is, but nobody's actually able to show me. Nobody has shown me yet. Nobody has shown me. All people keep on giving me is these things of, well, okay, for instance, this is going to be for another video. We're going to time this out for a second, all right? I'm Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. Getting ready to move on to the next one. I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all through Jesus.